Pan Ocean was incorporated in 1973 and was the first indigenous company in joint venture with the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC).
This is the first indigenous joint venture company, and the vision is to demonstrate that we can do it.
It commenced crude oil production in August 1976. In 2007, Pan Ocean acquired the Oil Prospecting License 275 of the Production Sharing Contract and successfully converted it to OML 147 in Production Sharing Contract with its senior partner NNPC in 2014. In its continuous contribution towards improving the fortune of the Nigerian oil and gas industry and by extension the Nigerian economy, the NNPC Pan Ocean Joint Venture conceptualized and developed the Amukpe-Escravos Pipeline Project, AEPP. It's a 20-inch 67-kilometer pipeline that goes from Amukpe to Escravos, and that is why it is called the Amukpe to Escravos Pipeline Project. This project will not only improve crude oil outputs in the country, but will also contribute immensely to the industrial growth by enhancing power generation through increased gas supply from the gas plant.
We've seen the growth of the company in various aspects, and one of such growth areas is the development of the gas projects, which is the expansion from the current production levels to a level where we now have to produce LPG and propane aspects.
The three projects, most importantly, reflect the breakthroughs that are possible with foresight, proper planning, good thinking, and tenacity.
In 2009, the current location of the gas plant was a very thick bush when Pan Ocean went in. That is, other than the flow station that was existing, every other area, even the access road to the new place, was a virgin land. Pan Ocean came in and we did a lot of work, and that's where we are today, courtesy of the fact that we went from just a facility that pushes power, making it gas available for power, to now being able to say we can boast of providing liquefied petroleum gas as well as propane for the industries that are available in Nigeria.
At the conceptual stage, we're looking at that. Do we even need to embark on this gigantic project? Can we look at the possibility of leveraging on facilities around us? At a time when we did the technical pre-qualification, we pre-qualified 3 companies. However, at the commercial stage, the contractor that emerged as the preferred bidder happened to be a Nigerian company. And here we are. You start looking at it, this gigantic project, can you trust a Nigerian company to be able to deliver this project? But to God be the glory, they've risen out to the challenge and they've done marvelously well.
Looking back, it is not easy. Along the line, we put on our creativity art in terms of funding, because as we were trying to have operational excellence on the ongoing operations, the projects are there also for expansion. So we were more of like taking care of the two at the same time. So when the price of oil became flat, we quickly adjusted our cost structure to be able to meet that challenge, which we did.
Another of the challenges we had were interfaces, and then some of these items were actually long lead items, and we had to do early identification of the long lead items to ensure that we had the items, the equipment ready for the site as at the completion timeline.
Considering that Nigeria has suffered the huge export loss through pipeline vandalism and crude theft that brought the country's production to about 1.73 million barrels of crude oil per day in March 2019, with the coming on streams of these projects, Nigeria, Africa's biggest oil-producing country, will see a boost in its earnings due to the more reliable export route that has the capacity to deliver 160,000 barrels of crude oil per day without the usual crude theft. The Amope Escravos pipeline, which comes as a rescue, comprises a 20-inch pipeline covering a 67-kilometer route with capacity to handle 160,000 barrels of crude oil per day, with remote manifolds to accommodate third parties, crude oil excavation, and the Escravos terminal. As part of its contribution to the growth of Nigerian content, the NNPC Pan-Ocean Joint Venture awarded the contract for the construction of the AEPP to Phenol Nigeria Limited, an indigenous company, in 2011. The Ovade Ogarefe gas processing LPG propane plant is a game changer located at Ogarefe in Delta State. It is one of the 3 major projects of NNPC Pan-Ocean Joint Venture, aimed at achieving the federal government vision of eliminating gas flaring and improving the volume of gas available for power generation and domestic consumption. The plant is designed to expand gas processing capacity to 200 million standard cubic feet per day. The plant is eco-friendly as it would help to reduce gas flaring and greenhouse gas emission by more than 2 million tons of carbon dioxide annually. The Owaladima station was built following the conversion of Oil Prospecting License OPL 275 to Oil Mining License OML 147 in production sharing contract with its partner NNPC in 2014. The flow station is expected to process 11,000 barrels of crude oil and 90 million standard cubic feet of gas daily. This mega project was made possible by the support of the host communities.
The old Delta State is our host community, but more specifically over the Ogara people, who have been very, very supportive and been very involving. What we've worked with them is to make sure that there is no contractor that work on our site. Before you ever mobilize, you must go to the community to discuss with them. And there are certain arrangements to make sure that they have involvement and participation in what they do. One of the members of the host community is the one that is doing the 4.5 kilometer road and the tanker park, which is part of this project. This project is creating a new road, fully tarred in that community, to make sure that we don't create the scenario you find in Apapa. Because at full completion, you'll be loading about 30 to 40 trailer per day. If you will load 30 to 40 trailer per day at full capacity, it means you will have more than 100 waiting to load, because not the day they come, they load. So what we've done, learning from what we faced, haven't gone around everywhere. We went to other competitors to look at how they have been operating. We've gone outside the country to see how they work. We decided that it is important to move the trailers away from the expressway, as Benin Sapele Expressway, into the middle of the road. So we constructed a fresh new road with a tanker park, about 8,000 meter square tanker park to accommodate this. So the community is involved in that. That itself is going to provide a source of income, welfare for petty people who will service those particular areas.
I want to, as a matter of fact, thank Promotion Oil Company for their immense contribution toward the economy of my communities with this pipeline project. When it started, there's especially the contractor that handled the community, Phenol Nigeria Limited, actually cooperates with Amope community. Within the duration of the community, both Pamoshe and the Phenol Nigeria Limited that did the project will have a cordial relationship, and we want such a relationship to exist.
When this gas project is completed, it will create employment for Deltans, because one of the sing-song or the glamour of the youth is that in the area of employment they were lagging, and so when this thing is put in place by special grace of God, we is going to create employment for the teeming youth of Delta State.
As the project progresses, our relationship with the community got strengthened, and we were able to have a conducive environment. And at the end of the day, it has paid off.
On impacts to the community, we have also involved the situation where this growth situation has created opportunities for the community in terms of employment, and also because of our peaceful living, they are able to develop indigenous capacity so that they're able to handle these activities going into the future.
Please carry the communities along. Let us not look at the law. Let's think of how we can be brothers. The community you operate in are your first primary brothers, and wherever you transport your product to where it is. Today, they have flow stations. I think they have about 5 to 6 oil well heads they have drilled across the area. It's a success. When I say success, between a trickle of eyes, it will add to the production quantum of the state. And as it's adding, we have more money. Pan-Ocean is making their money. The state is making their money. The local government is getting. The community is getting.
Pan-Ocean, like I said, has been in our Ovade for upward of 4 to 5 years. And Pan-Ocean, as I got to know it, they've grown from a mere petroleum production company to now a gas and also petroleum production company. I would say Pan-Ocean have tried their best for Ovade, but Ovade people expect more, because it's true, Pan-Ocean has grown very well, and we have been a good host to them.
Throughout the project, we did over 2.6 million man-hours without incident. And it's a feat we are really very happy about. We had a lot of challenges along the way, given the terrain, and we were able to complete that without any major incident or lost time incident.
For the company going into the future, I wish the company the very best, more expansion opportunities, more to maintain the leadership role in that I've maintained over the years in terms of the development in the oil and gas industry.
So my joy is this, that we're working together to demonstrate reason.